Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, Just Delphine Knits. This is the first proper episode of 2023. I did make two special episodes, but this is the first normal one. So if you're new, be welcome, and I hope you like it. If you like it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And for those that are returning viewers, welcome back. I have a lot to show you since it has been a while. So I will just start with what I'm wearing. I will stand up. So this is a cardigan that I've made a few years ago, I think around 5 years ago. It's from Atelier Veritas. It's yarn which has some sparkle in. I really like the effect. It's a cardigan that I cannot close, and there has been a while where I prefer that. Now that I'm using the bike to go to my job, it's less convenient because I really like to have something that I can close underneath my coat. But I'm still wearing this one, although less frequently than before. But I have more cardigans, so that's not a problem. The original pattern was for a really long cardigan, but for this one I made it shorter because it was more convenient to wear it like this. In the past I had one blouse that was perfectly, that was really good to match. Now I don't have that one anymore, so I combine it with a white blouse as I do now. But now that I'm seeing this one, I actually want to wear it more again. So I think in springtime I will wear it more. So yeah, I hope you don't mind that I'm showing you an older piece that doesn't have a digital pattern, but it's actually my journey for knitting. So let's start with finished objects. I will first show you those of 2022 and then I will go and continue with those of 2023. First of all, socks. These are the Advent socks, the jagged little socks I made for the Advents. It's in Lang Yarns Jawol. I made a piece every day. I knitted a piece every day. It was really, really lovely to do so. Like for the petrol blue, I was really playing yarn chicken, but I managed, so I'm really glad. And I do love them. I still love these. These are longer than my previous ones because yeah, I needed more repeats to fill the complete advent, but I don't mind. In winter it's nice to have longer socks, so I wear them quite often. Next is a pair of socks I casted on after when I was editing the previous episode. These are about Berlin Yak socks from Lana Grossa. They are not identical because I just continued knitting them. Since I really love how soft they are, I really wanted to be able to use as much as possible. So I do have some left over, and I really want to look for a yarn to combine it with for the cuff and heel, so that I can make a second pair but shorter. So these are color block yak. These were initially meant to be one of the Advent skeins for Maud, but since she said she doesn't like the combination of yellow and purple, I didn't give these to her, but I kept these myself. Yeah, they are really lovely, so I want to buy this yarn more often. Next is a pair for my husband's. Just a second. These are DK white socks. The pattern is from Crazy Sock Lady. This is Tresco from Sandnes Garn. It's really stiff to knit with, so I didn't like the knitting. It got better when washing, but yeah, I won't buy this yarn again. So he does like to wear them though, so that's not a problem, but I didn't like knitting them, so you have to like both. But yeah, I had one skein left and I gifted this to my friend because these are actually also the colors of a football club in Belgium. My husband doesn't watch football, but apparently her husband does, so she will most likely combine the skein with some black yarn to make a hat or something else for her husband. So those are 3 pairs of socks I finished in 2023. In 2022, sorry. In 2023, I finished these. These are from Novita. I was gifted this yarn by my friend in the Advent. I'm really glad because I would never pick gray myself, but because it has so many shades of gray in the stripes, I really like it. I do have some leftover yarn because it's also the pattern of Crazy Sock Lady, by the way, and that's cut down, and I was scared I wouldn't have enough, so I didn't knit them really long. But I do want to buy this yarn again for next winter, and now I know that I can make them longer, of course, so I will. So I really like it. The Novita is a really lovely yarn. So that's all the socks, but I did make some accessories as well. These are the penny glass from Petite Knit. This is in Lana Grossa cool wool hand tied, which I'm also using for a shawl, which I will show you later. I just followed the pattern, but I made a mistake. Like, these are 2 rows shorter than these ones. But it's just for the home office, so I won't take it back. Because it's just for working from home, and like now I'm not wearing my Fitbit because it's charging, but I'm wearing my Fitbit on one wrist, so they don't seem to be that different since the Fitbit pushes everything a little bit up. So I do like it, and I do want more now. So that's an accessory of this year. And another accessory I made is this headband. It's an advent package I got from my husband from Veritas. The yarn will quickly wear and be not as pretty anymore because it's like, yeah, you just see it that it will pill and well, but it's really lovely to wear. I've worn it a few weeks ago at the coast when it was windy, and it's just so toasty, so I really like it. And like for some walks, it doesn't matter that it does look like it has got some wear, so I will wear this for sure. It's really warm. It's in broken rib, so yeah, I like it. And then the biggest FO. I finally finished the Nordland sweater for my husband. This afternoon we will take some pictures, so I'll be able to pop some here. As you can see, I have a marbled effect. I used 2 strands of the lighter yarn and one of the darker. It's Hulse Coast, which I really like, which is a mixture of cotton and merino. And this is really nice for my husband because I think pure wool will be too hot for him. So this is a perfect combination then. And I'm also planning for this year to use more cotton merino blends anyway, because they do have the advantage of both fibers. So yeah, and I like knitting with the coast. The only disadvantage was I used 3 threads in total, and 2 of them were on a cone, a third one was on a ball that I have wound from the cone, so it was not really transportable, and that's why it has taken me so long. The Nordland sweater has a really nice saddle shoulder detail, which I really like on my husband. So I think I will make this sweater again in the future, but husband sweaters take ages, so I will not do any promises time-wise. So, but I will make it again. I'm really glad I made it. So love it. So those are all my FOs. Let's start with the whips. All my whips are here on the ground because I have just filmed my Dutch episodes, so I would just pick and grab without any specific order. First is my meeting sock. This is a sock for my husband, just a pure vanilla sock in the hottest socks ever from Rico. Yeah, they're just a short throw heel vanilla sock because short throws fit him best. And I used the neon thread, which is just to split both identical socks. I used it as a contrast on the cuff because I liked it. So that's what I did. I'm only halfway, just over halfway of the first sock, so I will need to knit more to finish this, but it's my meeting sock and I didn't have a lot of working from home meetings. I did have a lot of meetings, but not from home. So first sock. Another sock is this broken rope sock. It's the second one. As you can see from the stitch marker, I did make some progress since last time, but I hate these needles, so it's only in small pieces. But I will finish them one day, and then I will start another. Well, I will resuscitate another sock whip, which is on the pile somewhere. But first, I want to finish these. I won't do any promises, but I hope to finish them by next episode, or at least have some good progress on them. Another pair of socks. Yesterday there was a brapiro, which is a knitting apéro event, and I took a vanilla sock. It's a skein that is from Diese Wolle Fabrieksverkauf in Aachen, and it's pure vanilla. I'm just ready for the heel now. I thought it was really perfect to take this with me on a knitting event, because I don't have to think about a vanilla sock. I can just knit and talk and make no mistakes. So that's actually the reason I was knitting on this one. So it's also the first sock. It's not nearly finished. It's not even nearly finished, but I will make some progress. And then some socks in the naughty corner. The first is the second Santorini sock. I've made a mistake on the heel, so I have to go back. I hope to go back today, and then I can finish this one later this week. It's a Novita yarn, 7 Brothers. And then this is another Jagged little sock, but it's for my husband and it doesn't fit. I was first thinking that I could keep this for myself, but it's quite loose and I don't like it. So I will go back to the cuff, add some stitches to make it larger, and then continue from there. But I have to rip back a huge part, so this one will be in a naughty corner for a long time. Sorry, ooh, that was a loud noise, sorry. Okay, let's continue with whips. This is one whip that is just, this is my perfect relaxation whip. It's the Boneyard shawl of Stephen West. I'm making this in the same yarn as the penny gloves, or actually it's the other way around, but that doesn't matter. It's it's a pattern that is described in the course Knit Your Own Top-Down Shawl, so I was able to tweak it a little bit because of the workshop. And I just like this workshop. I like the way he talks about shawls, and he's just so enthusiastic, and he's able to take you with him on a journey and to convince you to just play with your yarn. So I really, really like it. And I think that's one of the main reasons that this shawl just gives me so much joy, although it's a really long row at this point of just knitting and purling. So I just like it. I don't know when I will be finished, because I just take it now and then when I'm overwhelmed by all the ideas I have, but it's my perfect project for the moment, actually. So that's another project. Then something I just started yesterday, actually, is my Dahlia cardigan. I finally started my Dahlia cardigan. This is the right size. Yeah, I'm still at the chart, so it will take a while before I can just knit. I really, really like it. I really like knitting from charts anyway. And this will be the perfect combination of having a chart in the beginning and then continue in plain stockinette. The combination is Drops Alpaca in beige and Drops Kid Silk Mohair in light blue. I combined them for a swatch just because I needed to have the gauge of these two yarns together, and I liked it so much that I bought both colors for a cardigan. So I really, really like it. It's something less it's a little bit out of the box to combine both, I think, but I really, really like it. Yeah, I still have a lot of knitting to go, but I have plenty of clothes, so I don't have to worry about having to finish this before a certain time. Okay, and then the last whip I want to show you is a little bit had a little bit more progress. This is a Wednesday sweater by Petite Knit. I'm at the cuff of the first sleeve. I love this color. It's so bright and colorful, and that's one thing I really want to do this year. I want to knit more color and more neutrals. It might be contradictory, but I made a lot of dark colors in the past, so I really want to make a bright colored sweater and a neutral one as well. I'm using, just a sec, Drops Air and Drops Kid Silk Mohair together. Not sure whether I will have enough to finish the coal, but if not, I will just buy a skein of each extra. I think the dye lot shouldn't matter that much because the way the color will be around my neck, it should catch the light in a different way anyway. So I think it should be fine. So let's see where we get. I'm knitting this on my Haya needles, so they're a little bit sharp, which means that after a while I get a my fingers hurt a bit because of the sharpness of the point, so I pause them for a while. So those are all my whips. Plans. I have so many plans. I won't tell you all of them. I've told you about some of them in my Yarn No Buy episode, but there are two I want to show you. One is this one. I bought 3 skeins of the Olivia and Oliver sock base. It's a Venice Sunsets. I just love the colors, and I want to make a Stephen West shawl of the workshop, so I'm using one type of yarn, so toning it a little bit down, and I really want to have this as a shawl. It's a sock base because if I have leftovers I can use them in a sock. This yarn is bought from money I got from my grandma for Christmas and New Year. I got it on Christmas, so I did not buy it in 2023. And it's actually great that I will have a memory of my grandma in this case. Another plan is I have this neon yarn and I want to make a hat out of it. I've made a neon hat in green for my husband last year, and he really likes to wear it, so I want to make one myself as well. It would be ideal for running. And then I bought a book. I bought this painting shawls book. I think it's perfect to combine with the workshop that I have from Stephen West. So I want to do both things. I want to knit complete shawl of this book. And I also want to use some of the stitch patterns in like in an own design, and to tone it a little bit down or to combine it with some things. So yeah, it's a really lovely book. I'm not even nearly finished in going through it because it has so many details. It's signed by Stephen West, so I really like that as well. Yeah, I just like it. So I think 2023 should be my year of shawls. Because I didn't knit a lot of shawls yet in the past. Most shawls I have knitted were really plain shawls, so I want to add some more color to my life anyway. So that's my plans. What can I tell you more? Not a lot actually. But I do want to make more special episodes in the near future, and I was wondering if you had any topics you want me to cover. I was already thinking about yarn substitution because I do substitute a lot of times, since that's something I've learned as a child even, because my mom always does it. Like we had really a lot of books of Rowan, etc., but we never used Rowan yarn. We always used like a Belgian brand Amel. So yeah, I learned a lot about yarn substitution from my mom in a way that a lot of the more popular knitters don't use yarn substitution. Like yeah, we look at it in another way actually. So I was wondering if you would be interested in learning about that or not. So please let me know, and then I will see you next time. Bye!